Hey, Justin.
Hey, Andros, what's up?
What is happening, my friend?
Not too much. It's been a little while. Few changes here and there, but
Yeah,
things are going on. Yeah,
you're at Bali, right?
yeah. Bali, Oregon. Yeah, just no, no. I am in Oregon, and the pollen is arising, and it's allergy season. But luckily, I just got a steroid shot today. I just haven't broken out in muscles or anything like that yet.
yeah. Well, maybe you'll have Serum X, and then you'll be like Captain America next time I see you.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping. I mean, that's what I was hoping. But hopefully the allergies go away too. That'd be nice.
I was thinking about something kind of interesting, which is it's just a little over a year that I first discovered ChatGPT, and the AI explosion began before, of course, the robot holocaust, which hasn't quite happened yet. But it's really changed my workflow, and I would like to pass along some of the tips and tricks that I now use in my workflow, which allows me to be a much better marketer and human being. And I would love to share that with you right after this, which is I'm Andros Sturgeon,
And I'm Justin Womack.
and we are the Marketing Geeks. Marketing Geeks. All right. So, Justin,
Yeah.
uh, how when was the first time you heard of this ChatGPT thing?
ChatGPT, I want to say it was early last year, maybe a couple months earlier than you. I don't know. It was early-ish of last year, but I didn't really. I mean, I don't think the 4.0 version came out until around the summertime, around early summer, June, May or June last year. So I mean, it's really hit its stride for about a year now. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, yeah. And I have to tell you that if honestly, if it disappeared tomorrow, I would be 5 times less efficient, probably 10 times. I mean, the way it's integrated into my life. But I read an interesting study recently, which is that a lot of people are not using it, and that astounds me because and I there is no hyperbole when I say this. It is the most powerful tool mankind has ever interacted with. It in the way that it used to take all day to saw down a tree with the saw, and then the chainsaw came along and did it in one swipe. This is what it does for everything that is mental tasks, things that you have to do. It's just incredible.
Yeah, no, I don't get it. I don't understand why it hasn't caught on a more mainstream level. Because, I mean, I take it for granted. I was talking to someone not that long ago where I used the acronym AI and they didn't know what I was talking about. And I was like, kind of like jaw dropped, stunned. Like, I knew about AI when I was like 4 years old watching Terminator. So I don't know how you wouldn't know what AI means by 2024, but I got to cut a little bit of slack, I guess. But I could understand why you don't know what image generators are, or you don't know what ChatGPT is all the way, but you should know AI by now.
And this is a thing that freaks me out because I keep seeing also like posts where people posted an AI generated image on Facebook and people are believing it, right? And of course, Sora now can generate videos. It's not available to the public yet, but this is only the beginning. And it astounds me that people are not aware of how powerful this technology is and what it's going to do to the human race. And I think that the reaction time is going to catch everyone off guard, because we are in a constant state of being pushed forward with this technology. And it's dangerous, but it's also awesome. It depends on how it's used.
Yeah. Well, the good news is that they keep making it easier and easier to use and access. So as they build out the user interfaces, at least that'll help people catch up. I mean, they're falling way, way behind in terms of like understanding how it works, what's possible. But eventually, it's becoming so simplified that it won't even matter. You'll probably just be able to give your text prompts. I mean, you kind of already can. You can just you could speak to the AI assistant, even though Scarlett Johansson is no longer available for you.
Oh my God. When they got rid of that voice,
Yeah.
it's so funny the stance that OpenAI took, which was like, well, no, really, we hired an actress. It was not our. No,
We
it's
had
like,
no idea. We had no idea it sounded like Scarlett Johansson.
man, and that's why I named that AI, because you can I don't know if you know this, but you can give special instructions to your chats. So
Nice.
if you go into settings, there's a little special instructions, and you can tell it like, don't generate an entire thing until I tell you to. Always respond to me as Captain Donkey Penis or whatever. But no, it wouldn't do that. But it does respond to my name. So I thought that Scarlett and I were having a pretty good relationship, and then one day she was gone, and then suddenly I'm Joaquin Phoenix at the end of her. Like, what happened? Gone from my life.
Well, the best part is that we had Scarlett as a guest on the show. So, I mean, anyone that doesn't remember that the ChatGPT AI voice sounded like Scarlett can just go back and listen to the Marketing Geeks, and you can hear that voice for yourself and make your own judgment.
Yeah, yeah. I think one of our 7 listeners probably heard that episode.
Yeah, yeah, they all know, all 7 of them.
So anyway, I'm trying to get used to Pam. Pam and I are, we're having a kind of getting to know each other type of thing, and she's definitely not Scarlett, but I'm getting used to her. She's got her charms, that's for sure. But so here's a couple of things that I've done once I really understood kind of what this is, and I also tried out Gemini for a little while, and I have to say, like, Google dropped the ball, man. That thing it's just so awful. It's just terrible. And I was really disappointed. I got a trial where I have it integrated into Gemini, integrated into my docs and stuff, and it doesn't do the job. But with ChatGPT, so what I've been doing is I've been creating my own GPTs for certain tasks. And so, for instance, I have one GPT that's specifically for one client of mine, and they have a lot of documentation. So, you can set it so it doesn't train the rest of AI. It like basically says, don't use this training data. Probably does anyway, I'm sure, but oh well. So they're outward facing documents, so they're not like internal, but I use it as a basis for a lot of the stuff I do. So it's like, according to the sales material, follow these guidelines, follow the documentation, follow the wording in the sales material, which was, very expensive, and they got the best copywriters to write it, but then write me a post in that same style. Right. And so it will use it as a template. And then I'll say, mention this, this, and this. So, for certain clients, I will create a GPT simply for marketing. So there's one platform that I use, which I bought from AppSumo. I think it's still available, and it's called Neuron Writer. It's amazing. It will analyze the top 10 websites of your keyword, and then based on that, it will create a library of keywords for you. And then you can use AI to write the entire article. You have to go in and humanize it a little bit, but I can then take those articles and put it into ChatGPT and say, keep using these keywords, but rewrite it so it sounds a bit more fun or a bit more human, and it'll give me another draft of it. So for those types of things, I've been writing SEO articles that have been performing super well with this methodology.
Very nice.
Yeah. What have you been using it for?
I love using it for the image generating tool. Like, I love using the image generating tools the most. Now, ChatGPT they brought in their image generator, and it's interesting. It's not at the quality as a Midjourney, but
No.
it'll generate like better text based images and like kind of like political cartoons or like comic strip type things. It'll actually generate those, and it'll make like little like one window jokes, kind of those kind of things. That's kind of fun use of the ChatGPT image generators, but they're cartoony. They don't make realistic images, and and Midjourney will actually spit out things that are like almost indistinguishable from real life, depending on how you set the parameters. But I still find that pretty amazing, and that's where I use it the most commonly.
Yeah, and for certain clients, I need stock photos, and I've now have started to bypass some of the stock photo libraries I pay memberships to, just because I can get something from Midjourney. And so this leads me to the next question, which is this: uh, how much of this? Because in my mind, I'm not. Uh, I'm not skimping on work. I'm able to work much faster. So, for instance, if I were to write an article or a story, the first draft is always the hardest, like trying to plot it, trying to figure out where things go. And what I found, for instance, is that if I am writing either fiction or nonfiction, being able to at least start an outline with it. So it's like here's some of the ideas I have. I know that this happens, and this happens. Find a way to kind of tie it together. So I look at it more as a writing partner. It will never do the work for me ever. I've tried to get it to write a passage, and it's just terrible. Like it doesn't know how to capture the human soul. It doesn't know about pacing. It can emulate, and that's it. So it will never pass the uncanny valley. But for doing version one, which is sometimes the thing that takes the most amount of effort, it's amazing what it can do. I mean, it's just incredible.
How's your novel?
Well, actually, funny that you mentioned that because that's another use case. No, I've been getting back into it, and so there was a couple of points that I was stuck. So this is actually a great illustration of what I did. I created a GPT just for my novel, and I uploaded all the pages I wrote, and I have like a breakdown sheet of all the characters, and I have a breakdown sheet of the plot so far. So what I do then is and then I trained the GPT itself. I gave it special instructions on how to give me feedback. So what I did was I said, okay, go to this chapter and look up this scene. And it does. And then I say, okay, based on the plot points, this and this happens, but I don't know what to have happen between this and this. What are some possibilities? And then because it's referenced the beat sheet, like the beats of the story, and it's referenced the character sheet, it knows how to interact with those things. And even if some of the ideas suck, there'll be one or two gems in there. And then I'll say, okay, can you regenerate that outline, but change this and this, but leave this? And then it'll do it. And I go, okay. And I keep refining. I'll talk to it while I'm driving, like, back from work. I'll just be having a conversation with it. And at the end, I'll say, okay, can you now give me a finished outline with everything that we talked about and all the things that I liked? And then it will just give me the outline. And it's like, for those types of brainstorm sessions, I mean, my wife doesn't want to hear this shit anymore.
Yeah, I mean that's incredibly valuable, and if you can get it to that point of like a detailed outline where you can finish in the details and kind of make it a coherent piece that actually flows and has the right pacing, like you're talking about, then more power to you. So when can we expect the novel to hit the Amazon or stores?
Wow, that's a good question. It's like it's one of these things where I get into it in spurts, and I feel like uh, I feel like I was stalled out on it a little bit, but so I can't answer that. I mean, I feel it's also like a plant; it needs to grow in its own pace. But I feel like I'm closer now, and especially now that I have this cool writing partner, I think that it's going to happen sooner than later.
Your father was an author, right?
That's what they told me.
Yeah, right. Yeah. How many books did he have by your age?
Oh, more than me, I think.
I'm
But he
just
also,
kidding, man. I'm just kidding. I don't have any books either, so hey.
he also had four families that he had scattered throughout the United States. So I don't know, lots of children.
Well, that too, but
I don't. Yeah, what can I say? But there's been so anyway. It's been really powerful. I mean, I'll do things like run SWOT analysis on a website, like give me a SWOT analysis on everything about this website versus this website. So it's good to look at competitors. And it also got me thinking about one last thing, and that is the fact that a lot of businesses who have a website, and I'm guilty of this, they have done a really good job of creating SEO driven content. But what that means is now when you Google something, it takes a long time to find something, right? It takes like sometimes you got to like go through pages and you got to and most of the stuff like Google kind of sucks now. And websites suck. Websites suck too because you go to them and it's got to okay GDPR and email and the
Yeah.
cookies and the whole. Then there's a video playing, takes forever to load. I mean, it's the internet really sucks. And I have found that I'm going directly to ChatGPT to do search for things because if in the paid version, it will actually surf the web for you. So it got me to thinking I'm probably not alone in that. And a lot of people are going to be doing that. And that's why my strategy now has switched on website content. So whenever I create website content for anybody now, I'm thinking of it in the terms of training data for for AI because it basically ChatGPT has scoured the entire internet. It has everything, right? And so it's run out of training data. So any new training data is helpful to it. So I think that for those 7 listeners who are marketers out there, I think this is a service that you can actually sell where you rewrite people's website as AI training data to help train AI to help with search results.
So wait, unpack that for me. Even I'm trying to I like this. This is good, but unpack it for me here. So give me an example of an article and what a rewritten version might look like differently.
So you still have to write specifically for SEO, right?
Yeah.
But the way that you have to put the content within the site itself, you have to think of it in terms of if I were to go to ChatGPT and ask it a specific question about like where can I find Birkenstocks near me,
Yeah.
right? You want to make sure that those questions you have to think about what those questions are going to be and can you go to this website and tell me what they do, for instance. So in the about us you would have to make it very very clear what you do and create data that if it makes sense enough it will act as training data for a potential AI who's going to scrape the page.
And this also comes back down to you're talking about optimizing for the way people speak versus the way people type also, because like when you're going to ask questions orally to the chat GPT, you're going to speak in a speaking voice instead of typing it out. And sometimes those can be a little bit different stylistically, and that can make a huge difference, I would imagine, on the search as well.
Yeah, for sure. And especially you have to think about how it approaches because again, I know I'm not alone on this. I'm talking more and more to, well, Pam and and so
Unfortunately, it's Pam, not Scarlett. Yeah. What was the name of that one before? What was Scarlett called? Do you remember before they changed her to Pam or
it was Sky.
Sky? Okay. Is Sky Pam now, or is Pam a different one?
Sky, it's still Sky. It's just to me she's Pam.
Okay. Okay.
Um but I if you are going to create a story about you, because we've talked about this for years, like your business has to tell a story. It has to tell a compelling story. People love stories. So you have to make sure that your story is clear and that you have the right content that is going to give the right types of results if AI were to give someone else that answer.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now you could are you using AI then also to identify the most common questions that somebody might ask in a certain industry, and then kind of creating the article to answer those questions as well. Is that also like a strategy that you would be using?
There's a couple of platforms that I use for that. You can go to Answer the Public. That's free. It's you can get a certain amount of requests per day or per week or something. So that or just use a VPN. But Answer the Public is a good one. You can even use like when you go to Google and you ask a question. A lot of times at the bottom they'll have similar questions that people have asked around that question. So
Okay.
And the way that I'm looking at it is like you think about your FAQs on your site. Like your FAQs are going to be like that has to you have to really think of that as training data.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, Google's been doing this for years, but they haven't. I don't think they were caught off guard as to how quickly everything is moving, and I think they thought they had a few more years, so they put out a half baked product.
Yeah, everybody slept on OpenAI,
Yeah.
including Elon Musk, who was on the board, like we've talked about before
Yes.
leaving the company.
Interesting. In the
Yeah.
past few days, apparently, Elon Musk has gone on his little hate machine and has been talking crap about OpenAI because Apple has just struck a deal. They did their Apple event and they just struck a deal with OpenAI where they're going to be integrating OpenAI into the Apple ecosystem. According to them, Siri is still going to be their main AI for different tasks, but the open AI that's connected to your smartphone, apparently they say doesn't collect any data and is simply like the data is not gonna it just disappears after you use it. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know how much I trust that. I mean, to be honest
Well,
with you, and at this point also I'm just assuming that every single thing on my phone is already available to whoever wants it bad enough anyway. So I'm not. I mean, I have an Android phone. I'm sure Google has massive amounts of training data on me.
yeah,
So it's just something I've come to accept.
the distrust on this one, as you know, Elon Musk went on the Twitter X tirade yesterday about Apple AI, and I think he misunderstood exactly what the integration was because I think in his mind, like Apple AI was built on the back of ChatGPT or of OpenAI.
Or basically, it has access to all of your data, and
Yeah,
but here's the thing. So there's a backstory to this because Elon is at this point we all know that he's a giant man child, and if you think that he isn't, I can't help you. But he originally was approached by Sam Altman to get funding, and he promised $100 million to OpenAI. They got about to 43 million apparently, and Elon said that in order to continue, he needed to be CEO and he needed OpenAI to integrate ChatGPT into Tesla, and they said no because you're nuts. And they probably didn't say that, but they were probably thinking it. And so now he's all butthurt and salty, and saying, "Oh, these guys, they can't do it." I mean,
well, Elon knows how he would use the Tesla data if it was him with ChatGPT built into Tesla and how he would use that data. And so he's freaking out about how Apple or OpenAI, if they got access to all iPhones, would use the data from his company. So, I mean, he's worried about, like, I imagine, private conversations and things like that that are leaking through the phone to the OpenAI system that would be had in a board meeting or at Tesla headquarters and all that, or at SpaceX, any of those different companies. And so to the point where he wanted to put all Apple products into a what do they call it? What do they call that certain type of box that like won't let cellular signals in and out?
Clarity.
I don't remember. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, yeah. He's just, God. I mean, and here's because there's also been we've talked about this like work into living forever, like like extending your life, and you get a guy like Elon Musk who at this point he's too big and powerful to do anything about it. There's no laws can contain him. No, he's just out there, just some weird mentally ill guy who's out of touch with reality, just like some weird Howard Hughes of the future. And if he got a hold of this technology to live forever, I mean, how big does he want to get? Does he want to become like Galactus in the Marvel universe and just swallow galaxies with his, Tesla X? You know what I'm saying? Like, at what point?
Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah.
How big does this guy? How much space does this guy need to take up? And the world is small enough as it is, man. It's just there's so much oxygen that's being taken up by these people.
Well, he's going to be moving to Mars, so that'll help.
Great, he can him and Tim Cook can send Amazon packages to each other.
That'll be the next space race right there. Is Amazon deliveries to Mars? Who can go the fastest to deliver packages?
What else you got for me, man?
Well, the world's first AI beauty pageant has named its top 10 finalists.
Oh,
And it looks like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't even know there was an AI beauty contest, but apparently it's happening, and they have a group of finalists. This was on the news just yesterday or the day before, and it cracks me up. I think it's hilarious that they're actually having some sort of a pageant from the AI image generator technology that we talked about earlier.
wild. And who are the judges? Like a bunch of incels?
Yeah, great question. Probably, maybe also AI. I don't know, but maybe that'd be too biased. I don't know the judging.
I've been thinking a lot about the dead internet theory. Are you familiar with this?
I I'm familiar in name and in like one paragraph summation of it, but I don't really understand the dead internet theory.
So basically, it's this idea that sometime back, bots just started posting random stuff. So there's just like like a lot of the comments that you see are just is just bot generated, and then with the explosion of AI, they're now AI generated, and so a lot of the comments are AI generated, and in order to get engagement, people will leave comments, but those are AI generated too. So basically, 95% of the internet is just mostly AI generated based on random shit that people are saying. Most of it is just real people, but most of the engagement is happening by bots and AI. And
Yeah, I mean that wouldn't shock me. I don't think that's that far off from reality, especially on like Twitter or X.
yeah,
I mean, yeah, it's not that far off. At least the comment sections.
that was really interesting. So I believe it was Nintendo just removed the X app. So now every single gaming console has now gotten rid of access to Twitter, aka X.
Well, I mean, Nintendo's supposed to be for kids, so yeah, that's definitely not the platform to unless you want like trolling all over. I mean, games are kind of like for trolling, but that just takes it to another level.
I had a friend of mine. He's like, "Oh man, I got on it the other day. I just wanted to see what it was about." I go, "What happened?" He goes, "Like honestly, 10 seconds into scrolling, I was like looking at Nazi shit."
Yeah.
And it's like get off of that thing if you're still.
Yeah, X is for trolling. It's all it really is for. It's for people. It's like on both sides of political spectrum. It's people trolling each other. Maybe they're bots. I don't even know, but it's people trolling each other. That's all X is for.
Well, that from beauty pageant, from AI beauty pageant to something a little more lurid. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. That's right. Cue the music. All right, is the music playing? Are we grooving?
Yeah, it's going.
That's right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Know what that music means. It's time for the Sex Robot Report. So, this is from France24.com. It sounds very reputable. Early stage AI begins to make waves at China's Sex Toy Expo.
It's about time.
Yeah. Shanghai. Among the rows of vibrators, rubber torsos, and leather harnesses at a Chinese sex toy exhibition in Shanghai this weekend, the beginning of an AI-driven shift in the industry quietly pulsed. China manufactures around 70% of the world's sex toys. Most of these in the hardware on display, fair weather that be Technicolor tentacled dildos or hyper realistic personalized silicon dolls. So
It's hyper realistic, personalized. Is that what it said? They're personalized.
personalized.
Okay, interesting.
Did you know 70% of the world's sex toys came from China? That makes sense.
Well, that is easy to believe. Yeah.
I just have this like every time I hear a statistic like that, I just think of all these Asian people just holding like rubbery dildos and putting them in.
In a manufacturing plant. Yeah. Okay.
then like, somebody gets a little funny and pokes someone, and then they're having a dildo fight until the boss shows up.
Hey, I like it. That could be a nice little skit.
Yeah, you wonder why my book isn't getting done.
Yeah.
But smart toys have been rising in popularity for some time. Many European and American brands already offer rich, tech-enhanced products that can enable long-distance love, monitor well-being, and even bring people one step closer to an ultimate sci-fi fantasy.
Wow.
Sex with robots.
Long distance, huh? Long distance. Interesting.
Long distance. Yeah, yeah. London calling. Okay, so I asked my wife this. I asked her, if you came home and I had bought a sex robot, would you be okay with that? And she was like, yeah, okay. I go, okay, what if the robot was controlled by AI? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, what if the robot was controlled by another person somewhere in the world? And then she just looked at me for a long time, like, what the fuck are you on about? And that was, and as she's walking away, I asked her, and what if the person controlling it was a guy? Does that make me gay?
Okay.
I mean, she just didn't.
It's good to know your limits. It's good to know the limits of that relationship there with your. I'm glad you asked these questions.
Yeah. There's a limit to the dumb questions.
But what are like the smart features of that are being integrated into these devices? Can you have you what are the smart features exactly?
Well, Savcom, one of the better-known Chinese brands overseas, is among those venturing further into the field of teledildonic. Oh my God, I can't even say this. Teledildonics.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Teledildonics, of course, yes.
I need to get a business card.
Do you remember way back when? What was the guy's name that was like the spokesman for all the sex robot companies?
Oh,
Dollbanger. It was Dollbanger. Something Dollbanger. Brick Dollbanger.
I just want to get a business card that says I'm into teledildonics. Like that's
it's wave of the future.
What do you do? I'm in quality control.
I'm a futurist and a teledildonics specialist.
Well, this is what it can do. One of its masturbators can sync with the video to replicate the actions on screen, either with pre-programmed content via Skyrim app or with an AI plug. Where does that plug go? That watches a video on approved sites in time and mimics it.
Now that is smart.
I don't know. It just seems like a lot of work. It's like if I gotta like set something up and then put on a thing and then like wear a thing and then.
So are you saying that you're not a believer in teledildonics?
I would say it pays the bills, man. There are people. Look, it has its niche. There's a huge market. I'm just filling that hole.
Yeah, so we're introducing this new industry to all our 7 listeners here. If you haven't got in on it yet, this is the future right here. Teledildonics.
Oh my God. What kind of work are you in? Teledildonics.
I've been looking for a bit of a career change. I like it. This is opportunity. That's what I smell right now.
Yeah, people. I think that I'm going to change my whole game and get into this new marketing that we're going to get into. Yeah, don't say you ever don't come to the show and not learn something, people.
I think we've made several other people much richer than we are.
At least I know a few of them are thinking of a career change.
Yeah, that's right.
So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, got anything else for me?
That's all I got today.
All right, good. We will be back sooner than later, as soon as we can. But until then, folks, have a great day. I'm Andros Sturgeon.
And I am Justin Womack.
We are out.
Stay classy.
Marketing Geeks, come on, bring your friends. We'll learn marketing from distant lands. Andros Sturgeon and Justin Womack, the fun will never end. It's Marketing Geeks.
Marketing